Hey, Purple Ella here. Today I want to talk about eating disorders and the link between autism and eating disorders. I'm going to talk to you about anorexia, avoidant and restrictive food intake disorder, and overeating. In a 2014 study, only 4% of 150 girls receiving treatment for anorexia as an outpatient at a London clinic had a diagnosis of autism. Yet 1 in 4, or 37.5%, scored above the cutoff on an autism screening questionnaire, suggesting a high level of autism traits in those receiving treatment for anorexia despite not having a diagnosis. There are some overlapping traits between people diagnosed with anorexia and people diagnosed with autism. They both tend to fixate on tiny details, making it harder to see the bigger picture. Both crave routines, rules, and rituals. Both have difficulties making friends and sustaining social relationships, even before the diagnosis of anorexia. And both have difficulty with mentally switching between different tasks. Controlling food or weight is a way to either fit in with peers and/or alleviate overwhelming anxiety. When starving, anxiety feels less important and passes more quickly. Therefore, starving oneself is an extremely unhealthy emotional regulation tool. Another eating disorder common in the autism community is avoidant and restrictive food intake disorder. This involves having highly selective eating habits and/or disturbed food intake patterns. Some common challenges that people with this disorder experience are difficulty digesting food, avoidance of specific types of food textures, colours or smells. Sound familiar? Eating at an abnormally slow pace, and just generally having a lack of appetite. This eating disorder is most common in children, but some cases do persist into adulthood. It frequently occurs as a comorbidity with autism and ADHD, which makes sense when you think about sensory issues around food.
No!
Now I want to talk about overeating. Not officially an eating disorder, but a common problem for those on the autistic spectrum, which can ultimately lead to binge eating disorder. A 2014 study of more than 6,000 children and teens with an autism spectrum condition found that they are more than twice as likely to be overweight and nearly 5 times as likely to be obese as their neurotypical peers. Some of the reasons I think autistic people might be more likely to overeat are sensory issues around food can lead to unhealthy food choices, problems with interoception. Interoception is our awareness of our body's internal processes, such as feeling our heart beating. Problems with interoception mean we might not recognise when we're full. Comfort eating to combat anxiety. And finally, eating as a stim. So what should you do if you're concerned about your eating habits? See a professional, ideally someone who's trained in both autism and eating disorders. I first started struggling with anorexia in my late teens, and it's been an ongoing battle ever since. And at times I've seen a therapist and found that really helpful in terms of combating that illness. Work on those strategies to reduce anxiety and promote wellness. Things like sensory strategies, routine, and energy accounting. I've made videos on all of these topics and I'll leave links to them in the description box. Don't feel embarrassed or ashamed of your eating challenges. It's not easy being neurodiverse in a world that wasn't designed for us, and it's no wonder that we all encounter some problems along the way. As I mentioned, I've had challenges with my eating for a long time now. So if you'd like me to make another video sharing my personal experiences and where I'm at with that now, then do leave me a comment in the comment box below and I'll add it to my schedule. Also, while we're here, can I mention that I run a members only club here on YouTube. This is to enable me to keep making the content that I make here on YouTube for disabled and neurodiverse people. In addition to supporting me, you'll also receive some great perks like a sticker, exclusive videos just for you, community posts and more. Click the join button on my channel to find out more. If you found this video useful, please hit the like button. And if you're new here or not subscribed, I'm an autistic disabled content creator and I make content about autism, disability and lifestyle, including lately some LGBTQ issues. So do consider subscribing to my channel. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.